It's a mog or get mogged world. Welcome back, baby dolls. We're witnessing Bitcoin's been crashing today. It hit under $80,000. Here's a daily chart. There's a lot of things to go through, friends. So remember, the CME Bitcoin gap is 78,000, which we've been talking about quite a bit. And these charts usually act as a magnet. They usually do. They don't have to. Here is the price chart right now, the CME gap. I mean, it's so close to closing it. What is it? 77, 70, what is it? What is it right now? Yeah, about $78,000, whatever, 77. Does it have to get there? It doesn't really have to, but it just looks like a nice target. It is what it is. So we can't do much, friends. We just have to wait this out. I know it's been the longest bear market, worst altcoin cycle ever. I get it. You know, we had the worst Bitcoin halving year as well. You had pump fund trash and Bitcoin dominance went up, which is the first time. So yeah, it's been a curse upon a curse upon a curse. It is what it is. We just have to deal with it. Now, generally from these times, friends, I just look for things going out there. I just want to see, you know, is this price capitulation stuff? Are the fundamentals broken? The fundamentals aren't broken. We're still in a bull market. You know, I've got to get more content here for you, friends. Look, I'm not always... Look, it's interesting, yeah. I have a strategy. My strategy is hold the whole cycle. Yes, that's it. I hold when things are cheap. I'm waiting for euphoria. If you tell me, oh, euphoria, expensive prices aren't coming for the next 20 years, okay, you can't guarantee me that. You can say that. I'm holding until euphoria. I don't give a shit. Now, what's interesting is a lot of other KOLs, when they come across me, they'll say things, because friends, when you're a bull, when you're a long-term bull, you always hear like these snarky comments. People say like, oh, you don't know, this guy doesn't know when to be bearish. Oh, he's always bullish. You can't take him seriously. But really, they are strategyless. They don't have a real strategy. Their strategy is to get in and out. It ain't a real strategy. They're basically, their strategy is to underperform. That's what their strategy is, okay? The silver lining though, as Bitcoin capitulates, look at others BTC. It is still holding up. You see that? It's literally still holding up, which means as Bitcoin goes down, altcoins are not extra weak. That's what it is. Altcoins are holding up. It tells you that altcoins, we've already gotten rid of all the weak hands. Now we're just waiting for Biddy McCoin to hang out and stop being a poopy. Now, if you've been watching my channel, friends, I have been talking about Jim Cramer. He was bullish on MicroStrategy and Michael Saylor twice. And it made me very concerned. However, we can now put that to rest. Jim Cramer has momentarily saved the day. He has made an article. Jim Cramer says you should stay away from MicroStrategy, MSTR, which is great. He actually did say that. That is beautiful to see, which pretty much it buys us some more time because we don't want Michael Saylor to explode right now, do we? No, because he's carrying 499,000 BTC. That's over 2% of the entire Bitcoin supply. He's paid $33 billion for it, which is interesting. So during these times, friends, I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I'm here to be realistic, yeah? And I'm being realistic about this. Most of the crypto industry, they're drinking soy right now. They're sipping on soy lattes. Why don't you have a hot chocolate? Why don't you have some green tea? Why don't you have some English breakfast? Have a bicky with it. Why do you have to drink soy? I post this out here, right? Just telling you, you know, this really is true, friends. Others BTC, it's holding up. I know Bitcoin's trash. It is what it is. We can't do anything about it, but the altcoins are holding up. I know it doesn't look like it on the USD pairs. We don't care about the USD pairs. Look at the BTC ratios. This is just wild, man. This is Michael Saylor's purchase price, friends. You know Michael Saylor, he's only on side, look at that, 23% on his entire position. Man, that's wild, dude. That's I'm getting scared. Man, it's 22%. Oh my gosh, 22%. Oh my gosh, as Bitcoin goes below 80K, oh my gosh, dude, like you're in the bro, you bought the most volatile, riskiest asset in the world. You're only 20% on side. You've just added all this leverage. You know, up the top here, look at the far right, friends. Look at this, man. At the top right here, he added $16 billion. 16 billion, man. What's interesting, right? His average price for Bitcoin is 67,000. He owns 499,000 BTC now. And think about this, right? He bought $33 billion worth total, but 16 billion inserting of US dollars came recently. What the hell? So just, friends, I remember I told you, his average price is going to go above 100K. It's so like, it's like we're just watching this happen in slow time. It's like, because friends, they're only limited to how much the market gives them. And you know, the market, like, it goes up too far. People throw in too much money that they can't afford to lose. And then they get leverage on the way out. They want out. They're forced out. Like, we won't even see people try to take him in the next bear market, try to take him to court to sell some Bitcoin so they can cash out something because they need the cash. They might just like to, you know what I mean? It might get that nasty later on. Never ask a woman her age, a man his salary, a crypto bro what Michael Saylor's average purchase price is. There you go. During these times, baby dolls, we want to try to look for some sort of signal to show us that, you know, it's not game over. Unfortunately, PulseChain is now near the bottom of this wedge. It's only like 10% away from a new all-time low. Yeah, it's horrific, but like, that's why I'm not, like, the USD price, it's a fugazi, friends. You don't want to watch the USD price. You want to see what's really going on. That's why you want to look at the BTC and the ETH ratios. And if ETH BTC is down, that's it. Everything's poopy. Everything's poopy. So, like, shown you, right? With ETH BTC, since July 2021, right? Like, ETH BTC is down 67%. Since PulseChain launched, down 50 to 60%. Yeah, if you're slingshot leverage on something that's down 60%, you're down worse. You're down like, I think it is, we're down like 84, 85% against BTC. That's what it is. So you're playing for the world where it stops sucking. Now, when does that world happen? I don't know. It's kind of like, well, I would like to go on a picnic with you. We will drink orange juice. We'll play checkers, and we'll play on our Game Boy. Probably play Pokemon as well, trade some Pokemon. So, but right now it's raining. And you're like looking at me in the eyes saying, are you committed to our friendship to go on a picnic and trade Pokemon with the Game Boys? And I say yes. And you might ask me, when is it going to stop raining? I'll go, I don't know. But I'm committed to our friendship. That's literally investing in a nutshell. That's investing in a nutshell, friends. You just don't know when these good times are going to come. You don't know when. That's why you just keep holding. Mr. Market comes. Mr. Market doesn't always give you expensive prices. David Feeder is an OG Hex member. He has a Hex tattoo. He runs many PulseChain validators. So this is Davey Feeder. Runs a lot of PulseChain. He's one of the Hex OGs. He like paid off his student debt with Hex. He just made this post. It was very concerning to some people. Not concerning to me, friends. This is normal. Like, he's a tech guy. I'm in markets all the time. Okay. We're going to Goblin Town. This is the most bearish shit I've seen in years. I expect PulseChain to make a new all-time low in the next 60 to 90 days. So he's replying to Richard saying, Ethereum, I am begging you to send direct mail to promote ETH, okay? So he's basically quote tweeted him, and he showed the PulseChain price start with some momentum indicators and stuff out here. Yeah, man. I mean, look, the thing is, friends, we're only 10% away from an all-time low, but you're still waiting for these periods to hop out. You just don't know how it, in these bottom zones, you just don't know what people do when they lose their minds. But it's just like in the tops. You don't know what people do to, like, you know, also lose their minds. Look what happened with Soylana. You could never imagine Soylana would get to the point where Bangers, the girl, comes out and says, you're too poor to stay at the Soylana girl's house. You would never imagine Soylana was $8. Like, let's just go through this, right, so you can see. On the BTC ratio, right? Soylana literally had to get rescued by Vitalik saying nice things about it here when it was $8. You would never imagine from that point, just 658 days later. It's actually from basically the amount of days PulseChain's been around. 2 years later, Bangers is making a video saying you are too poor to stay at this house. You're too poor. Wow. See, friends, that's what happens. How these things, how these cycles play out. When you can go from extreme fear to extreme greed in literally 15 months. This is hilarious as well, friends. So Dave PortSoy, he made a video. It's actually quite funny. We're gonna listen to it. Talks about greed 3. It's kind of, oh man, I'm gonna play for you a bit. It's actually funny.
Dave, don't even think about it. It's not worth dropping Greed 3. For what? A couple extra million, 10, 20, 30 million? You get plenty of money. This isn't how you want to do it. Remember, for every dollar that somebody makes, somebody's losing a dollar. Who cares the SEC said it was legal? You already knew it was legal. Dave, what are you doing, you dummy? We need Greed 3. Blue Horseshoe loves Endicott Steel. The trenches are calling. If you don't do it, somebody else will. There's all this money out there. Trump did it. It's a moment in time to make free money. You're the king, KOL, whatever that means, influencer. Use it. The money is free. They are begging you to drop Greed 3. Dave, you're going to regret it. Your reputation, all people are going to say is you're a scammer, you're this, you're that. People lose money, they want refunds, they're sending you emails. It doesn't matter. You can tell them invest at your own risk. They still don't get it. You get these idiots like Ryan Whitney putting his money in, putting on hockey skates, coming back 4 days later being like, what? I lost my money. They're idiots. Who cares, Dave? Who cares? Ryan Whitney's an idiot. People are idiots. They're going to invest anyways. The meme coin world is happening with or without you. Why would you stay on the sidelines and let this pass you by? You're so dumb that people are begging. They're asking you. The trenches need you. They're saying, Caesar Dave, save us. Give us...
Caesar Dave, save It is funny. Now, how does this rectify itself? I'll show you. Crypto will solve it. So now we have a problem in crypto, right? The problem is people with unquantifiable reputation points in the real world, celebrities, famous people who have mind share in our mind, they don't have a scoreboard where we can see how popular they are. So if they launch a coin, people are just going to like jump in anyway, right? And there's a problem. They can exploit that. And they don't take any reputation hits. Okay? They don't take any reputation. So crypto can actually solve for that. In the future, many years from now, friends, not anywhere near close, but in the future, we're going to have IDs, passports on crypto, right? So we're going to remove the bots. You have to be like a classified human to be in crypto. So you have like you'll be actually verified. Now that people don't know who you are, they just know you're a real human. Okay? What you can do is, and actually they've already started making this, it's very experimental. We make reputation points on the chain. So if someone has an ID, your reputation, your credit score changes on it, okay? Your credit score. So we might get to a point where there's a display board of people's credit scores. So any action they do has high points. And there might be stats that we like come to as an industry to basically agree upon that either raise your points or lower your points. We might find something like that. But as with all these, people will find a way to game it. You know, like you might say, oh, someone's got a credit score because they keep repaying the loans. Okay, what they do is they take out 20 different loans just to like gamify their credit score, and then probably people end up basically trying to cheat it out here. But you get the point. Like it's an interesting thing that ends up getting solved on later on. And why can we do this, friends? Because eventually we want to take DeFi to the next level. Because right now DeFi has to be over collateralized, but if it's under collateralized, we can't do it, right? Because you have to source money from outside of the chain. But what if there's reputation attached to it? You know, basically you can basically put the bank tests and filtering out there in the chain. But it's interesting. It's like, Dave, what are you doing? The people want it. Drop Greed 3. It's just, it is, it's funny, this name, Greed. Oh, man, let's check out how Greed 1 and 2 are doing. Oh my gosh. It's actually, I can't. Greed. It just, like, I'm laughing because like, okay, dude, you're a junkie in the casino. You're in the Soylana casino. You know what you're doing. This guy doesn't even. That's why I don't even call for them to go to jail. We didn't care. You know what you're doing, man. Everyone's here. They're trying to just scamp off the next guy. Greed 2. Let's see how Greed. That's Greed 1. Let's see how Greed 2 went. Greed 2 now. Oh man. By the way, friends. You're going to talk about non-believer. He got 35% of the supply. He just started dumping immediately. Like, You Soylana a bit weird. I don't know who these people are that are green. You gotta drop green 3. The people want it. What do the people want to do? It's like it's 4 minutes of the candles going up and then 40 days of it going down. Oh yeah, it's hilarious, friends. I also found this interesting. I wanted to show you. The fancy banana investigators, they are putting death threats to Elon for Doge.
But Intel doesn't like being told what to do. When they saw Musk with the chainsaw doging foreign aid, they started leaking to CNN. If you doge us, there will be consequences. On the CIA's 7th floor, home to top leadership, some officers are also quietly discussing how mass firings and the buyouts already offered to staff risk creating a group of disgruntled former employees who might be motivated to take what they know to a foreign intelligence service. The CIA is telling CNN that if their funding gets cut, they're going to sell state secrets to Russia. Who the hell hired these Benedict Arnolds? The CIA is supposed to be filled with patriots, not sellouts. And the FBI is up to no good, too. Michael Schellenberger is reporting a source inside the FBI says the Bureau is destroying evidence. Now we know what they're...
I have 1, 2, 3, 4 views as well down here. So, man, this represents the current times. I found that interesting. Most unpatriotic. That's America hating. Wow. How are they? Friends, these are literally the people. They are guarding the advanced UFO weapon secrets. It's those people. You got to drain them all. So if you are upset over Jeffrey Epstein's pedophile island, where they eat ice cream, if they're upset about that, why do you get the privilege to guard the UFO anti-gravity zero-point energy technology stuff then? Because the whole point of guarding that is to be in a cold war with China, because America and China, they're doing the race of the superconductivity to find out who can get the... it's basically a race to develop the anti-gravity stuff, because whoever can launch a nuke without gravity propulsion basically impacting it is game over. You win. Not that they'd bomb, but it's just very much everybody has to bend over that person. They literally, it's an actual nuke that just can't be stopped by another nuke. It's just, yeah, I really... We're seeing all these Jeffrey Epstein stuff, friends. Oh my gosh. I don't want to get too much in the weeds, but the Epstein files were given to a couple of KOLs, Israeli sponsored, all of them. They're all like these weirdos. Oh man, it's just like the whole thing. There's just too many insights. The swamp is so deep. How do you even drain all of them? I don't even know. So I think it's just representative of the times we're in right now. Crypto running parallel to this. That's why I've even read, well, like a make memes great again hat, friends. The meme of winning, I think, needs to be put back on to everyone's agenda. So where do we go from here? You know, when you have an ETH BTC still this low, this is the thing, friends. Weekly charts, they don't just reverse in 2 seconds like that. We need to go up first. We need literally to go up first. It takes, yeah, I know this is another thing as well. Ethereum's spot ETF was here, and then it went down as well. So it's kind of fitting. I mean, Soylana guys, they want their ETF to come in. Like, if it didn't work for Ethereum with real world assets, what makes you think it's going to work for you? Don't forget, baby dolls, the others BTC chart, it's still holding up. Okay, it is still holding up. I am thinking about, you know, Bitcoin and how far it's going to go down here. It's still in a bull market, right? I'll make more videos on here. Everyone's asking, is it in a bull? Is it in a bull? Look, man, bull markets don't end in a green weekly super trend, all right? They end with euphoria. Were we euphoric up here? No. Okay. Every bull, if you want to end a bull market with a green weekly super trend, others BTC was up every single time. Because it meant not only is Bitcoin euphoric, altcoins are euphoric. There you go. That was the end of it. The final season. And then Bitcoin reverses red on the weekly super trend, and that's the end. Okay, as you get to see here. So this is pretty much... So we've actually, friends, it's statistically factual to say the bull market actually died in May 2021. We've actually been in a 1,386-day bear market. Yeah, we've actually gone way worse than before. Even though, but technically, you have to count this part here with NFTs and Luna and stuff out here. But like I said to you, friends, if you want your bull market to end, you want to call the top, well, this had others BTC going up as well. This is the 2017 cycle. And yes, it did happen here as well. This was second wave. Bitcoin, green weekly super trend, others BTC goes up. Unless you want to believe this time is different. That's completely fine for you to believe this time is different. Personally, it just makes no sense for me to believe it's different. I know bull markets don't die on depression, man. Bull markets are born on depression. They die on the euphoria. When people are euphoric about the prices, so here's the thing. So at some point, this is how it works, right? At some point, Bitcoin is too expensive for retail, so they actually flush up altcoins really, really, really hard. So for example, maybe Bitcoin at the end of the year, friends, is 250. So what people do is they actually believe Bitcoin's going to, say, 500. So instead of buying Bitcoin at 250, they go buy the altcoins. And that's what gives you the euphoria. They basically price in the Bitcoin 500K into the altcoins. That's the end of it. And what happens, the crowd does it all together. That's actually what happens, yeah. Not just a few people here and there, the crowd does it all together. When you are watching others BTC go down, and yes, that's not euphoria. Unless you want to call this euphoria. But friends, I don't know, you can call it whatever you want. Just I don't think so, man. I don't think with deflation and interest rates and stable coins and real world assets and NFTs and all these EVM chains and money markets and all this other great technology and DEXs we've made, I don't think that warrants, that justifies altcoins bleeding forever against Bitcoin. That makes no sense to me. Technology gains on gold. Gold's a better store of money than NASDAQ, isn't it? Okay, who's winning though? NASDAQ. NASDAQ's been going up for like 30 years against gold. You get it? You get it? Okay, gold's a better store of money. Okay, sweet, but NASDAQ, people is trusting more network effects in them. That's the game. But then you got to think about, okay, which stocks in the NASDAQ? You know what I mean? That's the thing. Okay, that's a whole new game itself. Is it Apple or is it Apple 2? Or is it Apple 3, like Greed 3? We don't know. That's what I'm telling you though. That's why I chart this whole index. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Where do we go from here, right? Well, looking at Bitcoin, $81,000. I mean, everyone, we're just waiting for the weekend to pass. This is usually the violent end to these when you're looking at the price chart. I know it doesn't look nice on these, but it looks like a classic standard retest, friends. I mean, like, and you just never know, man. So, in these times, there could always be a... You just never know when it comes to these. But ultimately, your job is not to do this short-term stuff. It's to say, oh, wow, we're still cheap. Okay, I'm waiting. Waiting for friendship. Like, subscribe, bell button, or catch you soon.